Hey, just getting ready for a trip up the high country. Still getting sorting out a few things with this XLV750. I just thought I'd share this with you, and it drives me nuts. Now, I've been riding this bike a bit. I actually have put pads and discs on, but I never separated the caliper from the bracket, which I normally do, but for some reason I didn't. Now, I've rebuilt this front caliper because it was dragging, and when I've gone to put it back on, I separated the caliper from the bracket, and I put the bracket back on like I normally do, and then gone to fit the caliper. And the bolts, I lay everything out, and the bolt that you use to screw the caliper to the actual bracket, and when I say that, I'll show you. The bolt I'm talking about is this one here, not the ones on the fork leg. So I bolt the actual bracket of the caliper on, and then I sleeve the caliper on and then put into position, then put this bolt in. Now that bolt was not that bolt now, but the bolt that was there was the bolt that was on the bike. And now I've gone to tighten it up, and as I've gotten to the point of like pinching it up, I thought that doesn't feel right. I've gone to undo it, and that bolt was only in by about 3 mil, and it started to thread the aluminium out on the bracket. And I thought, what the hell, and I pulled it out. I went through the spares from this previous owner, and it took me ages. I finally found the right bolt that's supposed to go in there. It's a good at least 12 mil longer than the bolt that was in there. So this bolt that was originally in here was only just hanging on. I've gone over most of this. I've replaced the linkages and the rear end I've had apart and all that. I don't know why. Normally I do it a different way, but when you get a bike secondhand, check everything. It's amazing. Like I've stated in one of my other videos that this exhaust system, I undid the bolts out of the engine with my fingers. I mean, crazy. So I'm glad I wants and needs for this trip. So certain things I've been trying to get ready, and some things I want to do for the trip, but I've probably run out of time. And the the things I have to get done. One of them was that dragging caliper. I just couldn't go into the high country with a dragging caliper, and I'm glad I did. But it's frustrating and downright dangerous if you don't know what you're doing, and you're putting bikes back together after working on them. You don't know what you're bloody doing. You could kill someone. Anyway, I just thought I'd have a little moan about that because that was a little bit frustrating. Mate of mine, Peter, and I, we're going up to the Victorian High Country. I'm not sure if I'm having those saddlebags on. And we're just prepping for that. It's my first time riding a bike off-road in going up the high country in well over 20 years. I rode mostly rode on the road, and I did my racing on the track, Phillip Island, Broadford, Winton, and all that sort of stuff. So this is all sort of new to me, but hopefully we have a good trip, and hopefully the rain stays away. But yeah, I just thought I'd share that with you. Just the littlest things, especially when you buy a bike that comes with 15 boxes of spares, and the guy claims to know everything, and you see certain things and go, oh god, really? I'm trying to get this bike neater and neater and all that, but I'm very time poor, so trying to get it all done sometimes is hard to get to. But anyway, hopefully the next time I do a video, it's of me in the high country with my old mate Pete. Anyway, cheerio.